If that sounds familiar, today's lesson could completely change the way you learn English. Because the biggest obstacle to fluency is not vocabulary. It's not grammar. And it's definitely not intelligence. The real obstacle is something most learners never realize. They are practicing English in a way that prevents fluency. Today, we're going to fix that. Welcome back to Daily English. I'm excited you're here because this lesson is different from typical English lessons. We're not going to spend hours memorizing grammar rules. We're not going to study long vocabulary lists. Instead, we're going to focus on how real fluent speakers think, respond, communicate, and build confidence in English. By the end of this lesson, you'll understand practical strategies that can dramatically improve your speaking ability, listening skills, confidence, and overall fluency. And most importantly, you'll discover how to make English a natural part of your daily life instead of a subject you only study occasionally. Before we begin, I have a small favor to ask. If you're serious about improving your English, make sure you subscribe to Daily English, like this video, and leave a comment telling me where you're watching from and what your biggest English challenge is. I read your comments, and they help me create lessons that truly support your learning journey. Now, let's begin with a powerful truth. Fluent speakers are not faster thinkers. They're faster decision makers. Think about a learner named Daniel. Daniel had been studying English for almost 7 years. He knew advanced grammar. He could explain complex rules. He often scored very well on written exams. But whenever he spoke English with international colleagues, he became nervous. Every sentence felt like a test. Every conversation felt like an interview. His biggest problem wasn't English. His biggest problem was overthinking. Before speaking, Daniel would mentally check grammar. Then he would search for the perfect vocabulary. Then he would worry about pronunciation. Then he would compare himself to native speakers. By the time he was ready to speak, the conversation had already moved on. Many learners do exactly the same thing. They treat speaking like an exam instead of communication. Real communication is not about perfection. It's about connection. Imagine you're having coffee with a friend. Your goal is not to create a perfect sentence. Your goal is to share an idea. This shift changes everything. When you focus on communication instead of perfection, your brain becomes more relaxed. And when your brain is relaxed, language flows more naturally. One of the most effective fluency habits is what I call idea-first speaking. Most learners focus on words first. Fluent speakers focus on ideas first. Let's say someone asks, "What do you enjoy doing on weekends?" Many learners immediately start searching for vocabulary. But fluent speakers first identify the main idea. Maybe the idea is, "I enjoy spending time outdoors." Now the brain already knows the destination. The words become easier to find. This is a subtle but powerful difference. The next advanced fluency strategy is something rarely discussed. Stop trying to learn individual words. Start learning word partnerships. Native speakers don't store language one word at a time. They store chunks. For example, instead of learning the word decision, learn make a decision, important decision, difficult decision, final decision. Instead of learning the word opportunity, learn great opportunity, miss an opportunity, create opportunities, take advantage of an opportunity. This approach dramatically increases speaking speed because your brain retrieves ready-made language instead of building every sentence from scratch. Think about athletes. Professional athletes don't consciously think about every movement. They train patterns until those patterns become automatic. Language works exactly the same way. The more chunks you learn, the more automatic your English becomes. Now, let's talk about another hidden challenge: fear of silence. Many learners panic when there is a pause in conversation. They think silence means failure. But confident speakers understand something important. A short pause is not weakness. A short pause is control. When someone asks a difficult question, you don't need to answer immediately. You can pause. You can think. You can organize your ideas. In fact, many highly effective communicators do exactly that. They allow themselves a moment to think before speaking. This creates better answers and often makes them sound more confident. Remember this. Fast speaking is not fluent speaking.
Clear speaking is fluent speaking.
Confidence grows when you stop rushing. Now, I want you to think about your own English journey. How many times have you delayed speaking because you wanted to improve first? How many opportunities have you missed because you felt unprepared? How many conversations have you avoided because you were afraid of making mistakes? The truth is that confidence does not come before action. Confidence comes from action. Every conversation builds confidence. Every mistake builds confidence. Every attempt builds confidence. The people you admire today were once beginners too. They struggled. They hesitated. They made mistakes. But they kept going. And that's why they improved. One of the greatest advantages you have today is access to English everywhere. You can listen to podcasts while walking. You can watch interviews while commuting. You can practice speaking alone. You can join online communities. You can learn from people around the world. Never underestimate the power of consistency. 20 focus minutes every day is far more effective than 5 hours once a month. Language learning rewards consistency more than intensity. Imagine planting a tree. You don't water it once and expect immediate growth. You water it regularly, little by little,
Day by day.
and eventually the results become impossible to ignore. Your English develops exactly the same way. Keep showing up. Keep practicing. Keep believing that improvement is happening even when progress feels slow. Because one day you'll realize that conversations that once felt impossible now feel natural. And that's one of the most rewarding feelings in the world.